Hello, YouTube. Fuck, sorry about destroying the microphone for a split second there. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Forgot the title of this series. Let's Play Plague Incorporated Android with all the expansions and shit. The first going up to the upgrade I recommend because you'll be able to get some cool shit. We're up to fungus at this point. I did a shit ton of grinding on the bacteria and the virus, allowing me to create a different variety in other cool shit. So, since I showed you the bacteria and lost in the last one, it took me ages before I could start winning with that, and then I started grinding with the virus. If you want to start unlocking shit, you want to go with normal. So basically spend the $1 to actually go to premium to get all the features. The fast forward really helps by the time you get to, virus type. Same thing with all the genetic mutations and the gene pools that I'm about to show you, because this is what I've unlocked. Once we go through this, by the time we get to the last one, we'll have all the gene pools unlocked to fuck with in the genetic code before we start the thing. So, oh my god, there's an insanely new difficulty. For players who thought brutal was casual. Wait, genetic drift impacts evolution. I don't know what that means. Doctors invest in research. Fuck! I don't like that. Random medical checkups. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that is brutal. We're just going to stick to normal for a while. Now, I am going to make a new disease called Trump. Will Trump make America great again, or will he just infect everyone and just basically destroy them all mentally and probably financially, and then go into a depression, recession, some horrible shit, and then probably a freaking global financial collapse? And then we could have this plague kind of crap. I don't know. Anyways, basically, if something goes wrong, blame Trump. It's probably all his fault somehow. And with that, let's go straight into explaining our genetic modifications. We have Metabolic Jump. This takes a fucking ages to get. I've practically unlocked everything in this tab. You get Catalytic Switch, Metabolic Hijack. If you're on complete speed mode and you really wanted to start freaking getting all the genes, this is what you want to go for with a hypermutacious virus, which is what you want to do. So the first thing, if you want to go that route for speed running, is get Metabolic Hijack. You'll end up getting ATP boost first, then I got the orange bubble thingy, but the red bubble is where it's at. That gets you so many DNA points, especially when you start spreading. So when you control your spread, you get to some cool shit. Oh, I just spat on my freaking screen. Oh, well, you won't see it. Next, we have Pathostasis. Ability costs don't increase, but are easy to cure. That's completely fine, because we're not having any, how do I put this, curable abilities? So this is pretty damn good. Oh, the Ionized Helix for the devolving, this is kind of bugged for some reason. I don't know whether it's just because I was using the virus type, because it doesn't matter what you do if you're using virus, it costs to de-evolve. With the Ionized Helix, it goes from 2 to 1, so maybe you gain 1 DNA point every time you devolve a symptom on a bacteria or a fungus. We'll try that out when we go and finish this one and go straight into that. Also, I am working little by little on, how do I put this? I'm looking through Trump's actual support plan and stuff for what he plans to do for his presidential candidacy. I agree with some of his points on his immigration plan. I haven't checked out his Medicare plan and shit like that. Maybe that, I don't know what the healthcare call's called in America. The tax reforms, I'm looking into little by little and finding out where the flaws in Trump's is and thinking, hey, maybe I could improve on his ideas and get rid of the idiocy. And while completely doing that, I will mock the fuck out of him. So I'm probably just going to literally attack Trump for his complete idiocy and his stupid campaign. But not just that, I'm not going to make it a completely hateful I'm going to make my criticisms semi-constructive. So, good stuff. Now, going back to the explanation here, that since it's going to be a scripted video, this is just, something for fun. We have the Darwinist. This is what you really want, is increase your chance of plague mutation. So if you are using a virus type, this is what you want to go with. If you are using something else, you want to use with genetic mimic. And when you unlock this tiny little trait, you get the Extremophile. Pretty much you're good in all climates. And considering we're going to be spreading through blood and air, this is going to be some fun shit. Now let's fuck the world. And then we'll blame Donald Trump for it. And then we'll try to make him pay for everything. So we're going to start in the USA. Probably because I have absolutely nothing else better to do and no one else to annoy. And here we go. The start has begun. And we are going to win. Alright. Disease type. Completely no one knows fuck all about it. I have no idea how well you're hearing the, backgrounds and sound effects. I've got only a 2 volume on my phone just for test purposes on the recording. I'll bump it up as we go along, and then we got the ideal volume for it. I really cannot test it until I actually see the footage later, so that's kind of problematic. Alright, since where we started, let's see. Fuck. I normally pick water or air. Since I'm an air base, I don't want to spread too fast. I want to stay completely off the radar. So what I usually do is I go with coughing, insomnia, and then I'll wait to get to nausea and vomiting, and then I go for sneezing, and then rash, sweating. You get the basic idea. That's how I do it. I just basically start mutations. This is a relatively wealthy country. Oh, sweet, we got the rash symptom. Once we get sweating, that's going to make Iceland and Greenland be like, what the fuck? And we'll start infecting eventually a bunch of places. So, oh, sweet, the bubble. Okay. Oh, another bubble. Pop it. Popping all the pimples. Okay, that doesn't fucking work here, but that's not the point here. Now, we need to spread infectivity. So, for the best way to do that is to go with sneezing, because this will allow us immunity suppression later on, and we'll want this. This is just how I go through things, but eventually you want to develop minor symptoms first, then go into your drug resistance, and then transmission. Because the less you spread, the less likely you are to get noticed. The more minor your symptoms, the less likely you are to get noticed. Here's an example. Trump has not been noticed. Yeah, I'm sure there's a pun in there, but I'm too fucking lazy to think of one on the fucking fly, so fuck that shit. I'm not here to be comical and destroy political bullshit and Donald Trump. That's for another video when I actually get the script down. For the moment, I just wanted to showcase this game and my main strategy. Now we're going to start with the spread of air. This will allow us to get the DNA points that we need for the drug resistance to actually start spreading in America. Then we need to get cold resistance so we can start getting into Canada, and before that, oh, paranoia, I love this. This just makes people more prone to infection because more fucked in the head or shit, I don't know. I didn't bother reading it. London Olympics mystery, I don't even know what that's on about, I didn't even read it. And, alright, we got 9 more points, sweet. Now, since we're breathing through the air, we don't want to do blood symptoms yet. We want to go with cold resistance so we can start spreading a bit better. So that way we have a little bit more resistance and we can start infecting our places pretty quickly. Alright, now this is why I had the pathostasis, because this will stay 5, and then for stage 3 it's 6. This reduces the cost of all your resistances. That is why I use pathostasis for a gene editing. It's pretty basic, so we're going to go straight into viral instability, which improves our mutation chances, and the better transmission methods, the better types of mutations we can unlock. And anemia symptom mutated. Ooh, this is starting to get good. Yeah, good shit. Now, once we get drug resistance, we'll start spreading like wildfire across Mexico, Canada, and then maybe we might even get into Iceland, if we're lucky. Right now, we're only spreading by air because we're an aerocyte sort of gene pool. We don't have that specific virus type. I really want to get into the fungus because I know that goes through air and water pretty well, if I remember correctly. And fungus can be for plant matter, so I don't know if it spreads on animals that actually use plants or something like that. Maybe I might just go with the blood and air pathogen method because it's a fungus, and if it's spread out through the air, maybe it, I don't know, infects faster? I'm not really sure. Alright, let's go into drug resistance. Before you get noticed, you really want to start getting genetic hardening up. If you can get that up to 2 when you start freaking spreading everywhere, that's going to be pretty cool. So basically, your first bets is to go for your transmission, which is you max out your I recommend birds, then doing the air transmission, the water transmission method, then finally the mosquitoes. Because once you've got birds at 1, mosquitoes at 2, then you've got the bioaerosol by combining the water and the wind transmissions. Then once you max out blood, you've got a new pathogen that allows you to infect way faster. And you can also infect the birds, so I would recommend doing the birds up to 2. Like, then it doesn't matter where the fuck they are. It means you can spread everywhere as long as you have the required resistance. So, yeah, good shit. So far, the world hasn't been fucked enough yet. Trump's still not been noticed, that's good. Trump's staying completely hidden and out of sight. It's probably good for him. You never know. Immunity suppression. Ah, yes. Fuck yes. Trump is becoming scary. Oh, shit. Fuck. I'm not infecting fast enough. Oh, well, I've got the hundreds. Ah, yes. Here we go. Now, we've got to start working more into different types of climate stuff and different transmission methods. So we're going to start with water spread soon. That's our next transmission method. And then we're going to go to heat resistance, because we're going to need to get to Argentina, places like that. I normally would recommend starting off in Australia or Egypt, or Spain, actually, because you get a lot of good stuff, and it's easy to start there as a plague. And the more if you're a plague and you have more airports and docks, that's where you want to start. That's how I got through with the plague, and I'll show you how to survive half the bullshit that happens with them trying to cure your shit. Alright, now this is the metabolic jump trait that I was referencing. See these little red bubbles? They're going to go everywhere, and they're going to give me fuck tons of DNA points. Now we've got our first for water. Now we've gotten a better spread method. We now have pretty basic stuff. We don't have genetic hardening, but we're about to pop up everywhere, so in a few seconds. Since we're starting to spread everywhere now. Oh, yep, here we go. We've just hit 2 places. We just hit Argentina and Australia. Oh, the disease is dormant, but that doesn't matter. Fuck those guys. We need to get things like vomiting, diarrhea, sneezing to really improve the spread. Alright. Nice, we're starting to infect more places. Good shit. Now, because before they're going to notice me, I'm going to have to prepare with genetic hardening, so that way they can't cure me as fast while I'm spreading. That is the key. To outsmart getting all your resistance and spreading fast. That is my recommendation for viruses. That's why I'm able to infect the world from America pretty fucking easy. I already now have 20 ability points. This will allow me to go and max out my cold resistance there. Now I can go straight into transmission methods. I would pick mosquitoes or birds, but I don't have enough for it just yet. Tumor symptom mutation. Oh, okay, shit. Things are popping up everywhere. We're now more infective than tuberculosis. I don't even know what that is anymore. No, like seriously, I have no idea what that virus or disease or shit is anymore. Alright, disease is spreading real fucking fast. First death in the US, and here we go. Now we're popping up everything. Here we go. The spread has begun. Now that we have freaking so many fucking points, let's just throw them straight into upgrading air and water. So now we have the extreme bioaerosol. That's our next method for infection. Oh, fuck, that's not what I wanted. Since when was news? Whatever. Alright, managed to get them. Still, that's all important, as long as we pop the bubbles. Nice thing for those little pop-ups, because it allows me to think a little outside the box. I've got my cold resistance up, but I don't have anything with heat resistance. And I don't have a lot of drug resistance. So let's go straight for heat resistance. Oh, yes, everywhere. With them birds going nuts. Sweet. Let's go throw some mosquitoes into that shit. I know that's probably a waste and I should have done bioaerosol, but my methods will make sense pretty quickly once I start focusing on the diarrhea. See, I'm close to already getting complete toga organ failure. I already have it unlocked. Next to, and it's going to take 30, DNA points and shit. It's going to be pretty quick. Now that we have enough to improve our viral instability, see, 5 again. See, not improving. Now it's at 6. So we have barely an increase in the cost for this stuff, so that makes this so much more deadly. And look at this. We're spreading rapidly fast, and let's just keep spreading. Let's not even bother trying to evolve for a moment. because we're going to need to start saving these little points because we have no idea when we're going to need them to beat the cure. And here we go, the cure has already started. Now, because the cure has already started, we need to spread faster and more effectively. So, we're going to go straight for bioaerosol. We're going to go and do up the mosquito since we've done the birds and the blood. And bam! We have extreme hematophagy. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Fuck it. I'm not even going to bother trying. I made myself look like an idiot enough. Now, viral instability 3. Now our rate of mutations is going to be insane. We're hoping to get some really high level lethality symptoms. Simply because we become hard to cure at that point, and we're already pretty difficult for them to figure out what the fuck we're doing at this point. And now we're spreading and popping up everywhere. Achievement unlocked. Alright. Olympic spoiler. That's funny. Oh my god, so many fucking pop-ups. Get off my screen. I like these pop-ups, the red ones though. I missed my opportunity to infect the Greenland. I mean, yeah, that's right, it's Greenland. Well, that's what I get for missing it completely because I don't have the correct zoom to be able to go across everywhere. Alright, that seems correct. Normally, you wouldn't be able to click on the fucking news and then actually pop up if something pops up. Normally, that don't happen. Seizures developed. Ooh, nice. Alright, this seems pretty good. Only a few areas we haven't infected, and we're gonna wait for the last few places to become completely unhealthy. Now, since they won't see this coming, we're gonna go and do the blood pathogen. We're gonna finally get the max heat resistance, drug resistance 2, and alchemical hardening 3. I would recommend going for the environmental hardening for those, but at this point in the spread, it's not even worth it. We're just going to be focusing now on the symptoms and the abilities now. So, yeah. I want to get pulmonary oedemia, which I gotta wait for one more body point. Okay, apparently we got more than that. Good. Now, let's completely fuck them over, because pulmonary oedemia actually spreads. Okay, insanity is way harder to cure, so that's what we want to do to screw with them. And this will also slow down the cure effectively. And that's another thing. Pulmonary oedemia increases the spread, because it reduces the pathogen into the air that much better. And look at the world already, it's fucked. Trump fucked everything. Murder him! Murder him before he fucks up. Oh, never mind. He's already killed most of the people in the world. Or, actually, no, he hasn't yet. But he's infected everyone with a deadly virus that is about to go into total organ failure. Oh, wait, we already have that. Wait, we totally already have that. Fuck yes. My god, this doesn't get any more evil. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna go completely systemic infections. This will completely allow us to get 100% access to all things. Symptom sweating mutation. Now all we gotta do is just wait to get coma. Because coma is really difficult to cure, and considering we have a lot of genetic hardening and all that good shit, they're not gonna get us. And I think we've practically beat them. And just to be sure, let's use genetic reshuffling, slowing them back and putting the cure back a fair bit. And look at our DNA points still rapidly evolving to become even more effectively deadly. Well, we've already infected everyone. There is no more healthy people left on the planet, so let's go with internal hemorrhaging. Why the fuck not? Inflammation, we're not focusing on that freaking skin rash stuff because we've already done everything. We've literally murdered the entire fucking world with chemical warfare. Let's see. Humanity is close to extinction. We have 1% left. Oh, never mind. Everyone's gonna die. So, can we speed up the process? Or can we just make this even more evil? Yeah, let's just do freaking paralysis. We're now fucking uncurable at this point. We will destroy the entire world before the freaking doctors could cure us. Now, this is why it's worth the extra $1.10 to go into the freaking, the fast forward option that popped up on the side there. You also get that genetic mutation table I show you at the start. And in just 653 days, we completely wiped out everything. And this is how you unlock the new genes. I'm not going to bother with showing it because the game will show it to you in about a few seconds. So what did we unlock today? We unlocked a new gene discovered, base oxidization. Let's have a look. We're probably going to have a use for it in the fungus in the next episode, so I'm glad we pretty much covered this pretty damn well. I don't know what I'm going to call this name, but let's see. What have we got new here? Apparently it's... Okay, base oxidization. Your player can transmit... Ooh, it can mutate transmissions. Now that is really good. Considering I've got the ability lowered, the Darwinist increased my chance of mutation. If I'm playing a virus, that's going to be kind of interesting. But since I'm playing as a freaking... yeah, let's go with that one. For the moment, the fungus is really an air-based, so we're going to use that. That is going to be our genetic code, and that'll end the episode for episode 2 of my Let's Play Plague Inc. on Android. So, I'll see yous in the next video.